we studied last time, we studied the behavior of the dielectric materials under the influence of the AC field. Okay, so now we will see how dielectric constant behaves in the alternating field. So see students, in case of polar solids, I told you last time then that because polar solids, they will have permanent dipole moments. They have permanent dipoles in the material, in the dielectric material, so that three kinds of polarizability are there: orientational polarizability, which is also known as the dipolar polarizability, and then ionic polarizability, and then electronic polarizability. But in case of non-polar solids, or in case of non-polar dielectrics, there are no permanent dipoles inside the dielectric materials. So therefore, in this case, when they are kept inside the alternating field, when they are kept inside the AC field, so this kind of dipolar polarizability will be missing. So dipolar polarizability is missing. So therefore, in such kind of materials, only electronic and ionic polarizability will be there. The contribution of ionic means alpha I and alpha E. The contribution of ionic polarizability and the contribution of electronic polarizability will be there, right? So now we will see how the Clausius-Massotti relation gets modified under the influence of the alternating field. We have studied the Clausius-Massotti relation in DC field. Now we are going to study the Clausius-Massotti relation in AC field. Okay, so we know that the local field inside the dielectric materials is given by the expression. Now because this is under the AC field, which is time dependent, so I am writing it as T, so that we can show that the EL, that is the local electric field, this is time dependent, right? So ELT is equal to ET, where ET is the applied field, plus PT divided by 3 epsilon naught. This is the local field, or this is the Lorentz field, and we have derived the expression for this in our previous lectures. Okay, let us say this is equation number 1. So here PT is the electric dipole moment per unit volume. This is the dipole moment per unit volume. At any instant t, at time t. Okay, so now here, considering the electronic and ionic polarizability, this dipole moment may be written as, because we know that from our previous relations, we know that alpha is equal to P upon NE. Okay, where P is the dipole moment, N is the number of atoms, and E is the applied electric field. So you can say that P is equal to alpha NE. Okay, but in case of, see, this was under DC field. When we are applying AC field, then the value of E will also be changing, because here we have to take the alternate cycles, so it will be exponential in nature, based depending upon the angular frequency omega. Okay, and this is also depending upon the time. So here PT is equal to N. N is the total number of atoms inside the material, and then the real part, we will be taking the real part of alpha E, which is the electronic polarizability, and alpha I star, which is the ionic polarizability, because we know that under the influence of AC field, the polarizability will also become complex. Okay, so we are taking the real part of electronic polarizability plus the real part of ionic polarizability, and then we have the local electric field or the Lorentz electric field, which will also become complex here. So we have to take the complex Lorentz electric field. Let us say this is denoted by E star OL exponential iota omega t. Okay, This is the complex electric field. This is the real part of the polarizability, the electronic and ionic polarizability. Okay, so this is the complex electronic polarizability. This is complex ionic polarizability, and they could be expressed as alpha E star is equal to alpha E dash minus alpha E double dash. Okay, and alpha I star is equal to alpha I dash minus alpha I double dash. Okay, where alpha E dash, alpha I dash, they are the real parts of the respective polarizabilities, and alpha E double dash and alpha I double dash, they are the complex part of the imaginary part of the respective polarizabilities. Okay, so now we know that at higher frequencies, polarizability, the dipole moment Pt is not in phase. This is polarizability is not in phase. In general, polarizability is not in phase with the applied electric field Et. Okay. Okay, and hence if this is not in phase, means this is also not in phase with the Lorentz electric field. So it means that the time varying applied field, the relation which we were using for the DC field, that will not no longer be followed over here. So it means the relation, this relation was we were using in the DC field, P is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r minus 1 E, right? So this relation we were using in the DC field, but this relation will no longer be applicable over here. Okay, because P is not following E, P is not following the electric field. So instead now this Pt will follow the complex electric field, that is epsilon naught and then real part of epsilon r. Okay, here this will also become complex, right? Minus 1 this, and then real part of the applied electric field, which is E0 exponential iota omega t, let's say. Okay, so this will be the relation which will be followed by the P with respect to E. Okay, so now let us combine, let us say this is equation number 1 and let's say this is equation number 2, and then let us say this is equation number 3. Okay, so now let us combine this equation number 3 with equation number 1. Okay, so this will become ELT is equal to, so we are just putting the value of PT in equation number 1, so that EL is equal to, ELT is equal to real E naught exponential iota omega t, because in the first equation, if you see the first equation, we have Et over there. So Et we have to take the AC field. So AC field, real part of the AC field is this one. Okay, plus next part is Pt upon 3 epsilon naught, right? So this is the Pt, this is divided by 3 epsilon naught से epsilon naught cancel हो जाएगा. So this will be left with 1/3 real part of epsilon r minus 1 into E naught exponential iota omega t. Okay, so this will be the modified relation for EL by substituting the value of Pt in equation number 1. So this EL will further become a real part of, now you can take E naught exponential iota omega t as common, and then inside the bracket you will be left with 1 plus epsilon r star minus 1 divided by 3. Okay, इसको भी solve कर सकते हो. So this will become real part of epsilon r star plus 2 divided by 3, and then exponential E naught exponential iota omega t. So we are left with this right? And then it means ELT is equal to, ये जो part है आपका this one, इसको हम बोलते हैं the complex electric field. So this is removed by real part of this is we are putting this value equal to E naught L star, and we are left with एक्सपोनेंशियल आयोटा ओमेगा टी. ठीक है, तो हमने इस पार्ट को ये सब्स्टिट्यूट किया है वेयर दिस एप्सिलॉन आर स्टार प्लस 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 3 ई नॉट इज इक्वल टू this one E naught L star. Okay, so I can just write it here where E star 0 L is equal to E naught epsilon r star plus 2 divided by 3, right? So this value of complex electric field, let us say this is equation number 4, so we can just substitute this value of complex electric field from equation number 4 to equation number 2. So I can just substitute that value over here, so that this will become P becomes time dependent, P becomes P is equal to n real part of alpha electronic polarizability plus ionic polarizability, and then E naught by 3, and then E r star plus 2 exponential iota omega t. Okay, so this is the relation. Now see, we have obtained two relations. This is number 1, let us say this one is equation number 5, and then I have another relation for P, which is this one, equation number 3. ठीक है, तो इक्वेशन नंबर 3 और इक्वेशन नंबर 5 दोनों को इक्वेट कर दो आपस में, क्योंकि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड दोनों का इक्वल है. We can just equate both, and then on simplifying we will get epsilon r star minus 1 divided by epsilon r star plus 2 is equal to n upon 3 epsilon naught into alpha E star plus alpha I star. Okay, so this is the complex, this is the equation which relates, let us say this is equation number 6, this is the relation which relates the complex dielectric constant, this one epsilon r star under AC operating conditions, to the atomic quantities of the material, means atomic number of the materials, the number of atoms present inside the material. Okay, so this equation is similar in the form of Clausius-Mosotty expression, which was given in the DC field under the study under the impact of the DC field. We studied this equation, but this is the Clausius-Mosotty relation which has been studied under the impact of the AC field. Okay. Right, so that's all, and with this we are completing the chapter dielectrics. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
मैम एक बार फर्स्ट स्लाइड दिखा दो.